Good morning, today's the 27th of December 2023 and I'm just going to recap my trade plan for today. On my screen is the ES chart or the MES chart. I trade the MES and that is the S&P 500 index futures. Got a couple of decent levels today. I just got an error popped up. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can't hear me, then just leave a comment. It says I've got an audio issue. I think it says all okay, but I'll continue on. If not, I'll re-record it later. So I've got some decent levels today. Going to be an easy day really. So the only real level I'm watching is this bounce down at 48.15 area. That's a continuation of the trend as well. Let's open up my pen. And we're looking for a decent pullback down to this area. It's also the rise in 50 moving average, and we're coming into this point of control, which is the volume profile point of control, or the VPOC. So this entire area is an area on watch for today. I've already put my alert in just above, so that if I don't intend to be watching my screen today much. It's quite a week, and I'm probably going to do other things. But if my alert triggers, then that will draw my attention. My next level is a break and retest to continue to trade long off of the pre-market high, and that is 48.29 area. And that's it really. If we do break that area, we broke yesterday's or last week's all-time high with this little toe poke above and back down again. It's a sign of weakness that we were not holding over this level, and we couldn't quite break it anyway. So let me just zoom out a bit, just get the overall picture on the hourly. You can see when we had that push down, that red day, one of the first big red days we've had for some time, it touched the 200 moving average and couldn't break it. Tried again, couldn't break it, and we've yet to come back down to test the 200. So these two pivots coincide with this. I put this trend line based on those two pivots. This is this blue trend line going up, and it just runs this along the 200 moving average as well. So potentially if we see a bit of a pullback today, maybe that's an area to watch for as well. And that will be 4800, which is a round number and a psychological number as well. So let me just put a watch in around that area, and by no coincidence, 4800 happens to be an area of confluence as well, where we've got tops of these candles, obviously the bottom there, bottom of that trend line there, and we've also got tops of candles here as well. So that's an area I'm watching for as well, 4800 for a bounce, and that will be off of this trend line or the 200 moving average, and it's an area of confluence. That's it, nothing really. Bearing in mind we've got reducing volume right now as well, as we expect for this week, so it won't take much for a big move in the market, because of reduced volume or lower volume, then you may see some bigger moves, and that's probably down to market manipulation with the volume levels as we're seeing it. So that's it. To recap, I'm looking for a break and retest of 48.30 area. Maybe a better area we look for long if we break that area, which that is 48.30, and that pivot there, which is 48.35. Maybe we're going to look for a break and retest of that long of that area there, and that would also be the top of that trend line as well. Next, I'm watching for a bounce off of the 50, that area, and this level confluence, and that's 48.15, and then another bounce area bottom of the trend line at 4800. Well, I got it right at 47.98, but that area, so 47.98, 4800, that area, and then the rest I'll play by ear. Like I said, I'm not going to be trading big today. I'm only going to be around for an hour or two, and then if there's no trade set up, then I'll come back and look again tomorrow. So let's take a look at SPY. This is the daily chart for SPY. Just want to see this mess up here. not good. We had a bit of a pullback, and that was on above average volume. It's the only time we've seen above average volume, apart from when we saw these two candles. So basically all of our above average candles happens to be on negative days. Negative day, negative day, negative day. And we've got these candles, this candle, and maybe we may be looking at weakness in this area, possibly. We haven't quite hit all-time highs, which is the top of this zone, 480. So watching, potentially we could hit the all-time highs today or tomorrow in the SPY. So let's have a look at levels. The only level really, if we're looking for a long entry continuation trend, is a pullback down at this area of confluence. I couldn't really find a decent area, so 471, and that's basically tops of candles, bottoms of bodies, trying to look for the most touches as possible. So if we come back down to that area, potentially we may see another push up, or we could just start to see this action. And that's it really. If we can break above this area 47, 476.50, then maybe we can look for a long entry on SPY. Qs, there's only one real entry on Qs, and that's the pullback down to 410, 410.30. Tops of these candles, consolidation, and then we break through. We can see that bit of volume there as well, and potentially we could be watching for a break and retest of that area as well, 411, 412. But that's an area off of the 20 moving average. There's probably not much more we can see on that one. NQs, similar to Qs. If we pull back down off the 50 moving average, so 17,000, a round number, a psychological number, 17,035 for a bounce, or maybe a break above this area, and or break and retest of this area long as well. So what about Qs? Was that not quite the same consolidation, but we could watch this area for a bounce or a break and retest. Oils seem to be holding on to its gains quite well for the last couple of weeks. Broken out of this area of consolidation, you can see there, and potentially we come in, retested it. Go back to my pen. We came in, broke through, retested, maybe looking for the breakout here. So potentially it could be a higher risk long, because it's so close where we are. Maybe the break above 75.50 for a long. Possible target, first target could be 76.20, 76.18, and then maybe the area, this 77 area. And with oil, I'm really waiting for it to pull back a bit. I really want a bigger significant pullback, maybe into this area here for a bounce, preferably into this area. And I would like to see a nice double bottom, and I might look to take the swing trade. And then looking at gold, still looking strong. Haven't really got any levels above. Is this all-time highs? It is, yeah. So we're right up into this area of so this is all-time highs area where we bounced, rejected it a few times. Was that 2020, 2022, 2023, and 2024? It finally broke through. Maybe we haven't quite got there yet. Well, we have broken through at the end of 2023. So what's that then? That is December's candle. So we could watch for the pullback, which we're at now, and maybe on the monthly. Looking for a swing trade, we could look for the break off, the breakout of that weekly. It's looking pretty bullish right now. Potentially we could be looking for maybe a small long swing entry if we can just hold it over these levels. So we're back down below it right now. We're right at those levels. So maybe we can break and have a convincing pullback and then continuation, not a poke and back out, because what's the volume on that candle? High volume as well. So it shows that it's a possible reversal. So we'll just keep an eye on this. But we are in the, if we were to put it in a block, we are trading in the upper half of this area as well. So looking bullish. So it might be worth trying to find a long entry, or if you're a long-term trader, it might be worth taking an entry on the next pullback. So wait for the pullback on that. Okay, so that's it really. So MES, just recap quickly. Look at that, we touched that level. So MES, we're waiting for the break and retest of 48.30. If we come back down for a bit of a sell-off on the open, maybe watch for the bounce around 48.15 off of the 50 moving average, and also the point of control and the area confluence. So that's the area I'm really watching for, bounce this area here. And obviously I'm watching for the break and retest. And if we see a bigger sell-off, we've got this bottom of this trend line to watch for. Okay, so that's it really. Remember, slower volume today. There's not much happening. You see the volume's been reducing over the last few days. No major news today as well. Checked earlier. All one out of. We've got 2 out of 3. That's after market close anyway. So nothing major. In fact, there's no major news this week. Nothing of high importance. But we have got some news tomorrow, so we'll discuss that tomorrow.